all come to this happy place, welcome.
News team, assemble!
Joining us live because if you want to know anything about the Outer Banks, Sam Walker's the dude to fill you in.
The sea was angry that day, my friends. Like an old man trying to send back soup in a deli.
Always appreciate talking.
Always good stuff with Sam Walker in the Outer Banks.
Now here's Les Naslund and the news.
And good morning, everybody. Welcome to OBX Today Live for Monday, October 4th, 2021. Glad to have you along with us here to kick off this first week of October, first full week anyway. Thanks to everybody that joined us back on Monday, or Friday rather, for our live from the Bonner Bridge Pier opening. And thanks to everybody that joined us there. Glad we could bring that to folks couldn't make it out just yet from all over the world. And pretty cool setup they've got there. And you can check that video out at obxtoday.com, of course, and here on the OBX Today Facebook page and on YouTube as well. Coming up, Quinn Caps Whartonby from Project Glam Girls joins us to talk about they are in need of a new storage space. They are going after this winter. They are going to be losing their current location in Manio. It's not going to be available anymore, so they're looking for new space. We're going to talk more about that. Coming up with Quinn Caps Whartonby coming up in just a few minutes here on OBX Today Live. But first, let's get you the latest on what's going on with the tropics. As first off, we've got Hurricane Sam, which has sprinted off to the northeast and then is going to sit out there and just meander around. He is not going away anytime soon, it looks like. But he is for us. No more, really, there's not much swell left from Sam. You can see a live shot from Jeanette's Pier, or just south of Jeanette's Pier, by the Comfort Inn South in Whalebone Junction. Not much swell out there this morning at all. And that's pretty much how it looks as we head down south. Avon, a little bit more of a wind swell there. As the winds have been out of the southeast yesterday evening and overnight. So they got a little bit more wind swell, a little longer period swell there, leftover energy from Sam. And this is more just that wind chop that we got out of the south blow down on Hatteras this morning. But as you can see in Jeanette's, it's not really much, just some rollers coming in this morning. We do have a moderate risk of rip currents today, so only experienced surf swimmers should be going in the ocean. But it's really not all that bad out there, really. Just a little bit of a shore break that's kind of rough. That's going to die out as we get into the rest of the afternoon. We'll be at low probably tomorrow, but unfortunately, it looks like the weather's going to get kind of crappy. Now, Sam gone. Victor is still Victor, tropical depression Victor. Not much left of him. He's, in fact, I believe the 5 a.m. was the last advisory they're going to issue, but he's been hanging on out there in the central Atlantic. All right, so we got this lemon out here in the 5-day forecast from the National Hurricane Center. What they're thinking, though, right now is just a 10% chance of this area that's located over the Bahamas right now, southeastern Bahamas. Just a disorganized area of clouds and showers. It's just basically a real weak trough that is just hanging around out there. It's going to drift to the northwest today over the next couple of days and could take some tropical characteristics, but really it's going to have a hard time. Upper level winds not going to be favorable at all for this to happen. If any development should happen, it's going to be very slow. In fact, let's switch over to our look from, and there's what I'm looking at right now, the latest 5-day or 7-day forecast. First, there's Sam. And I said it's going to meander around. He's still going to be around, still a hurricane, at least until Tuesday. And then a tropical storm, post-tropical storm, between Greenland and Iceland by the weekend. Wow. All right, here's the 7-day forecast, at least as far as what the WPC, the Weather Prediction Center, with the National Weather, NOAA's Weather Prediction Center is looking at. That's tomorrow. You can see this front in kind of area of disturbed weather that is out over Tennessee and western North Carolina down into the deep south and really coming all the way across the country right now. And then last night, if you were watching the New England Tampa Bay game. That rain they got last night, that's affiliated with this system that we're looking at here that's going to bring us rain chances for much of the week. So that's what things look like this afternoon. Here's tomorrow's a front off to the west over the Mississippi Valley, starts to take shape and make its way to the west. Here is how things look Wednesday. That front really doesn't move all that much. It just kind of drags, and we get a bunch of low pressure associated with it. Notice how we're not seeing anything out here offshore develop, and that's really what the thinking is, that this system that's over the Mississippi and it's going to be stuck over the Mississippi Valley, at least for the next couple of days, is going to inhibit any development of this system out here. So we're looking at getting wet for the next couple of days. Now, we're not talking about a full-on blowout washout, but it's going to be a 50% chance of rain pretty much starting Wednesday right on through into Sunday. In fact, here's that's Saturday and Sunday's forecast. Here's Sunday into Monday with a low right over top of us. That probably is not going to be tropical. This seems to be, it's just going to be associated with this area of disturbed weather that's over top of us now. But the National Hurricane Center are not wanting to take any chances, so they are going to monitor this area again here right off the southeast coast for possible development of something tropical. But again, because of that combination of factors that are playing into that in the next couple of days with this slow-moving weather system across the deep south from the Mississippi Valley all the way up to New England, looks like it's just going to be a wet week for much of the East Coast for the next 5 to 7 days. So, but we'll watch it, as we always do here at obxtoday.com. All right, some of the other headlines for you this morning. We've got Friday mid-morning, got a report from down on Hatteras Island about unfortunate situation. A 55-year-old man who was visiting from the western part of North Carolina died Friday morning while swimming just north of Buxton. The man's from Horseshoe out in Henderson County, just southwest of Asheville. So told a friend he was feeling fatigued in the ocean, did not have a flotation device with him, and went under and did not come back up. That happened around 10:54 Friday morning, just north of the village of Buxton, near the motels. Park Service said rip currents are not believed to have been a factor, even though we did have a moderate risk Friday morning. This was not a rip current related death from what they've determined. Hatteras Island Rescue Squad members went into the ocean, brought the man to shore where CPR was performed, but they were unable to revive him. It's the first ocean swimming related death we've had on the Outer Banks since June. Since late May. We did have an incident down on Hatteras Island back in late May with a woman from Northern Virginia who passed away in the water. No, I'm sorry, not Northern Virginia, but we did have an incident back in June. That was, May was the last swimming-related fatality we had, so a very quiet season, thankfully, this year compared to previous years when it comes to regards to that. Let's see. A case that we go back to 2019 has been resolved. That's involving a now 83-year-old man from Kill Devil Hills and a family that was walking along the beach road back in April of 2019. And this man had either a medical condition or fell asleep at the wheel, but struck two members of his family, and it was a mother and father from Mechanicsville, Virginia, who died after being struck by a pickup truck walking along the beach road in April of 2019. The driver in that case, an 83-year-old from Kill Devil Hills, was given a suspended sentence because of the nature of the accident. Both police and prosecutors agreed that it was nothing but a tragic accident, possible medical episode, and that resolved the case back in April. Some of that had to do with, and according to the Richmond Times-Dispatch, was that the driver had worked out a civil settlement with the family of those who passed away, and that also played a factor into it. So a 30-day suspended sentence for 2 counts of, with 1 count of reckless driving was what the final adjudication on that was, with a 30-day suspended sentence. And that was taken care of back in April. And anyway, you can read more about that at obxtoday.com. Bizarre story yesterday. Now, first off, Saturday we had a car fire on Highway 158 just south of Jarvisburg that backed up traffic for several hours southbound on Saturday afternoon. And then yesterday, around midday, there was another crash, Augusta Drive, just as you come into Grandy at 1240. And it was a multi-vehicle crash. And things got weird. A woman from Chesapeake who was involved in that crash got into someone else's vehicle. A man who stopped to check on everyone in the crash in his SUV. This woman from Chesapeake, Markel Hancock's, jumped into his SUV and took off, started driving north, and there were 5 kids in the SUV. Now, she didn't get very far, not even a couple hundred yards to the hop-in, just north of this intersection on 158. Parked, got out, ran, and she was chased down by deputies and the father of these children, and taken into custody. The children were shaken, but otherwise unhurt, according to the sheriff's office. And this woman was charged with 5 counts of second-degree kidnapping, leaving the scene of an accident, and larceny of a motor vehicle, and was being held in lieu of $210,000 bond at the Currituck Detention Center. Earlier last week, the National Transportation Safety Board released its initial findings on the crash of a charter jet was flying from Connecticut to Dare County Regional Airport back in early September. 4 people on board, 2 pilots, both from Connecticut, and a husband and wife couple of doctors from Boston, hospitals in Boston. They had a 1-year-old, and she was pregnant with their second child. They died in that crash in Farmington, Connecticut. The NTSB says their initial findings have shown that the parking brake was still set on that jet when it took off, and that it was failure to achieve enough airspeed led to the crash. Both the parking brake itself was set, and a valve on the braking system was still closed, or was in the proper location for set when in their initial findings. Now, it'll be up to 2 years before the final cause of that crash is determined, but that appears to be the cause of that crash, again, for that plane crash that happened back in September on a plane that was flying from Connecticut down to Dare County Regional Airport here on the Outer Banks. All right, of course, we talked earlier in the show about Bonner Bridge Pier opening. If you missed that on Friday, you can check it out right now at obxtoday.com. And, let's see. Some other headlines this morning before we get to Quinn Capps Whartonby. Bobby Hanig, Representative Bobby Hanig from Currituck County, in his second term in the North Carolina legislature, representing District 6, which includes Currituck, Dare, Hyde, and Pamlico counties, underwent emergency surgery yesterday evening. He posted on his Facebook page last night that he had an emergency appendectomy. But he will be headed home today, had it down at the Outer Banks Hospital in Nags Head. So Representative Bobby Hanig having an emergency appendectomy last night, but he's doing fine, said he'll be home today. And we'll get a little bit of more info on that and get out with Bobby today, check on how he's doing once he gets out, and have you something there at obxtoday.com. All right, finally, before we get to Quinn Capps Whartonby, today is opening day for Best of the Beach. 2021 Best of the Beach getting underway today. It's time to get your nominations in as we roll out another year for Best of the Beach, which is, I think this may be coming up on year 12. I think that's right. I got to go back. It may be longer than that. But anyway, we are so excited to get Best of the Beach going. I think that might be why the site's having a little trouble if you're having some issues getting on this morning. Nominations are underway now, and will run for the next couple of weeks, actually for the next month. We will take nominations all month of October. Then we'll start the voting in November. And of course, we've got several new categories, a lot of our favorite categories. We've broken up a few categories as well to give folks a little better shot at winning, but also to be a little bit more fair, if you will, to some of the businesses that like to participate in Best of the Beach. So go right now, front page, obxtoday.com, or just click on the link at the top of the page for Best of the Beach, right up here, Best of the Beach 2021, and you will find it, and that will get you all set for nominations. We're going to run the nominations through October 19th. Top 5 in each category. Top 5 in each category will be the ones who get to be voted on in Best of the Beach. So keep that in mind. Nominations open now. So nominate folks. Again, we would prefer that you keep them in a category that makes the most sense. And like I said, we have broken up a few categories that are very popular to give some better opportunities to folks to be able to win. But also, and I know that sounds like, oh, we're trying to make it favorable. No, it's to be more accurate, but also to be more, I get fair is probably the best way to put it, because I'll give you an example. Cleaning, we're going to break out. We have one request where we break out the rental companies, the rental property management companies, cleaning crews in the category, but then individuals who have cleaning businesses that are very, like 1 person, 2 person operations. So we broke those out. Some things like that. We're trying to make it a little more equitable and give folks another chance to possibly win. So nominations open now through the 19th. So you got 2 weeks to get the nominations in. Then the top 5 businesses, the voting begins on October 19th and runs through November 4th. So then we're doing Best of Each all through the month of October, and then we'll announce the winners coming up the first week of November. Last year, we had 19,000 nominations, more than 80,000 individuals votes cast. We do have some guidelines on the nomination and voting guidelines. You do have to register with your email address in order to nominate or vote. And you can do as many or as few categories and subcategories as you like. So like we said, subcategories. We do have subcategories and main categories too. We do have a maximum of 1 vote per person per subcategory per day. To submit a nomination, simply write in the appropriate category. Spelling does count, because if you get it spelled wrong, it won't show up the way that we have it set up. Again, we're talking about 19,000 nominations. We got to have this stuff right. So, make sure you get that info in right. Otherwise, it won't show up properly. Nominations will be reviewed for accuracy and to ensure they're located on the Outer Banks before being added to the ballot, and that can take up to 1 business day. Now, businesses, you can help voters find you quickly. Make your listing stand out on the ballot by including additional details such as your logo, address, hours of operation, website, more. You can contact our Steve Bornman for more information about that. And you can email us at obxtoday.com and Carrie Pugh and myself to let us know if there's any issues you're seeing, suggestions. We take them. We love them. Love to hear from folks to help us out with Best of the Beach. So it's underway. Nominations now open, running through the next 2 weeks, and then we'll start the voting for this year's OBX Today Best of the Beach 2021. All right, joining us now here on OBX Today is Quinn Capps Whartonby, and we're talking about the project Glam Girls, which is a really cool program here on the Outer Banks. We had a chance to talk to Quinn a short time ago this morning, all about what's going on with the project, but also what is needed, because they are in need now of a new space. So here's Quinn right now. And joining us now here on OBX Today Live, Quinn Capps Whartonby. Good morning, Quinn. Good to have you back with us here on OBX Today Live.
Good morning, Sam. I appreciate you having me.
Of course. And it's October, but prom season isn't that far away. And once again, Project Glam Girls coming up. But there's several things breaking news for you guys over the last couple of weeks that we've got you on here to share with folks. But tell everyone again what Project Glam Girls is all about.
We provide prom attire, tuxedos, accessories, shoes, handbags, all the things that all the kids need for the prom for free. We actually set up a boutique for 2.5, 3 days, probably about a month and a half before prom, so they can get what they need.
And you guys have had a couple great places that have been involved with this to help you out with it, with storing stuff throughout the year, with having the actual shop open and things like that. But those things are getting ready to change, and I know that's something that you've just started working on, trying to find somewhere new. But what's going on there?
Well, the event for 2022 is going to be held February 16th, 17th, and 18th. I think that's right. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And we're having it at Manio Faith Baptist Church, where we've had it the last few years, and they've been kind enough to let us store all of our dresses and everything in their attic. Unfortunately, this will be the last year that we can be at Manio Faith, and it's the last year that we can store stuff. So come Saturday afternoon, when it's over, we have to move everything to a storage unit or another location or something.
So you're looking for, what exactly are you looking for? I mean, does it matter? As long as it's, I know, heated and air conditioned, that type thing, to keep those items safe, right?
Yeah, as long as it's a climate controlled space, we're good.
Okay.
I've checked with the place here in Manio, but they're booked. You know, he said he may have something come then, but not right now. But I don't need it until then. But we just have to find something that's climate controlled. Would prefer to stay on the beach or in Manio. And you know, we're not a nonprofit. We're not a anything. We just are the Glam Squad. Is what we are. So we're looking for maybe a business to sponsor a storage unit for us. And of course, we would have them all over everything and talk about them whenever we were talking about Glam Girls. The money that we do have, we're going to have to use to pay people to come and help us get the stuff out of the attic to set up the event, unless we can get mass volunteers. And when I say pay, I just mean make a donation. It could be Dare Challenge. It could be the Garage Boys Racing, you know, guys. But we'll have to use the money that we do have to make donations to them and provide a meal for them. And we also need to use some of that money to buy some dresses as well, because we are in desperate need of larger size dresses.
Really, and it's not just dresses. And you guys do tuxes, you do all the stuff for both guys and gals for prom. And that's interesting that you bring up needing donations again. What are some of the specific items? I mean, you just said that larger size, or anything specific, or are you just trying to just take whatever you can get?
Well, no, we do not want to take whatever we can get. We started out that way, but we ended up getting some rather matronly gowns in, and we just want them to be age appropriate. We have made the decision that we're not going to take short dresses any longer, just formal long gowns. We have way too many short ones, and the girls really don't wear short to prom. And again, the plus sizes, I'm working on getting drop-off locations. I can tell you that right now I have the Barco Library in Currituck is a drop-off location. Atlantic Realty in Kitty Hawk, and the Outer Banks Association of Realtors has said that we can use their space again this year. And I'm still looking for Kill Devil Hills and a Manio drop-off.
How about, folks, because we have so many people that watch OBX Today live from all over the country. I know there's ways how can they get in touch with you to maybe make a donation if they're up in New England or Northern Virginia and DC and those areas?
Well, they can certainly go to the Project Glam Girls Facebook page and send me a message. If anybody wants to mail a donation, they can mail it to me, or they can, you know, if they even have clothes, dresses they want to donate, they can. I've had people mail from all over the place before, so they can certainly do that too.
All right, it's Quinn Capps Wardenby with us from Project Glam Girls on OBX Today Live. And again, looking for a new storage space come this winter. Once you guys wrap up storage distribution space, I'm sure somebody's going to step up. But again, how can they get in touch with you? What's the best way to do that about possibly offering up some space to store all this stuff for this great project?
Well, a couple ways. Again, they can go to the Project Glam Girls Facebook page. They can email me at qcap65@gmail.com, or they can call me at 252-216-9362.
Gwen, thanks so much for joining us, and keep us keep in touch. Let us know what's going on, and anything that we can do to help out, be glad to.
I appreciate it, Sam. It means a lot.
All right. So again, if you want to help out with that and get in touch with Quinn, we got the link actually here on the Facebook live feed. If you go into the description here, you can click on that and learn more about Project Glam Girls. And we'll have a story up at obxtoday.com later on this morning all about it. So check that out if you've got some storage. Know somebody's got some storage space they can use, or a location that they'll be able to use in 2022 or moving forward after this coming February. Get in touch with Quinn, and they will help them out with that. One more story. We just actually got a release while we were running that back from folks at the North Carolina Education Lottery. No, that was not it. What lottery? The Powerball is going to be up to 670 million tonight. Yep, 670 million for tonight's drawing. It's already in the top 10 of the biggest drawings I've ever had in Powerball. One of the top 10 all-time top prizes, and that drawing is for tonight. One other note, haven't heard from Killable Hills this morning if this is updated now that things have calmed down, but they did have to close the beach between Clark Street and 8th Street to off-road vehicles in Killable Hills because it's so narrow, because of the conditions out on the beach, because of the waves from tropical Hurricane Sam over the weekend. That should have thinned out some. We may get an update on that, and as soon as we do, we'll pass it along to you. All right, in sports, NFL yesterday, Tampa Bay beat New England last night. Washington over Atlanta. Dallas beat Carolina. Baltimore topped Denver tonight. Monday Night Football is Vegas and the Chargers. High school soccer today. Mania travels to Camden. First flight home to take on Currituck. Perquimans at Edenton, and volleyball. Northeastern's at Manio. Beargrass Charter at Gates, and Victory Christian at New Life Academy. NASCAR rained out yesterday at Talladega. They're going to try again today at 1 o'clock over on Big 94.5 WCMS. Doesn't look great. The weather is looking really dicey for that. And like we talked about earlier with the forecast, with this system that we're going to be dealing with, looks like starting tomorrow night into Wednesday and the rest of the week, they're going to be dealing with that again today. So it may be tough to get that in today because of the weather. Our OBX Today Weather Center forecast for today, not too bad. Looking for sunny skies and warm conditions with a high of 82, south winds of 10 to 15 miles an hour. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low 71 with south winds around 5 to 10. On Tuesday, a slight chance of showers, maybe a thunderstorm in the afternoon, otherwise mostly sunny, high of 80 with southeast winds of 5 to 10 miles an hour. Mostly cloudy Tuesday night, 69. Wednesday, partly sunny, slight chance of a shower or storm in the afternoon, high 80. And then a better chance of showers on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, with temperatures right around 80 during the day, overnight lows around 68. And it's going to be a scattered showers. I know we had some of the folks that were commenting here. They got a wedding in Kitty Hawk Saturday, so hopefully no rain. Folks getting married on the beach in Buxton Saturday. I got Jody's son, JP. They're getting married. He's getting married on Saturday down at Pirates Cove. We're going to that, and hopefully the weather's going to work out for that. So a lot of weddings going on here on the Outer Banks this week, and hopefully the weather will improve much, and hopefully the rain will hold off. But it looks like it's going to be a scattered. It's not going to be a total washout. It's going to be hit and miss here and there throughout the rest, the back half of the week and into the weekend. So, all right. So let's see. Coastal Marine forecast today. We do have a moderate risk of rip currents. Only experienced surf swimmers in the ocean. But it doesn't look too bad out there right now as you see our shot from Avon Pier right now. A little bit of a shore break going on there. And again, you move up to Jeanette's, and it's just more of the rollers out there. Down to Hatteras, a little choppier because of that onshore wind we've got this morning. So, and not a bad day to be in the ocean, but make sure you got some flotation device with you If you don't know what you're doing, don't be going out there because of those rip currents. We got 1 foot waves or less on the sound. Seas around 2 to 3 feet with a south wind of 5 to 10 knots. Water temperature still in the low to mid 70s. Next tide change at Oregon Inlet's a low tide at 12:52 this afternoon. Sunset tonight at 6:41. Sunrise tomorrow. Yep, today is the last day. It's in the 6 o'clock hours now. 7 o'clock tomorrow will be sunrise. Right now outside our studios in Uptown Nags Head, 71 degrees. And that is going to do it for OBX Today Live for this Monday, October the 4th, 2021. Thanks for joining us. Back with you tomorrow around 8 o'clock with another edition of OBX Today Live. Enjoy the rest of your Monday, everybody.